Good evening, good evening, good evening. Hi, Belinda. How are you doing? It was lovely seeing you yesterday at our workshop. Hope you enjoyed it. Our mandala and meditation. We're just going to give, I think there are a few more people who are wanting to join. I'll just give them a few moments to settle in and arrive. There's Nicolette coming. Fantastic. I can actually disable the waiting room. Great. All right. 5 o'clock on the dot. Perfect. And we have got a storm brewing here. It is coming. And usually when that happens, then our internet or our power goes down. The internet should be okay because I'm on cell phone signal. So that should not be a problem. Let's just check that that's all good and that we're not going to be disturbed. It's always a good reminder for everyone to put their phones on silent as well. So well done and welcome for joining today. Hope you enjoyed our mandala workshop yesterday. Always nice to learn something new and meet new people and be in a new kind of environment. We've got monkeys also running across the room. So if you hear tap, 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 it will be monkeys doing their things. So for this evening, we are going to be doing our yoga session, yoga for restlessness. Now, I know this idea of restlessness is, hi, evening one, is so prevalent in many of our lives on a daily or somewhat regular basis where we have this feeling of just being restless. And when I was thinking about it, I thought, or when I was thinking about it, when it relates to me, I was thinking that it's got a lot to do with a sense of procrastination. It's got a lot to do with uncertainty and not really knowing what it is that I need to do or should be doing, in the sense that there's no direction, no clarity. And also when my mind is really busy, when there's a lot of worry and there's just too much on the go and I just can't bring the focus in. So I know that that's often what triggers my restlessness. And if you think about what restlessness is, what the energy is doing is that it's kind of going up and out of the body. It's going kind of out and everywhere, moving around a lot, very volatile in a sense. And so when you notice that there is a lot of restlessness in you or in someone else, what you want to do is just kind of bring all the energy back in and bring it back to the center and literally bring it down, which means that we need to focus a lot on drawing energy in, so accumulating, and then really focusing on grounding. So that's what we're going to be doing in our yoga session this evening, bringing the energy in and down. And the other thing that has been really helpful for me is that when I get into the space of restlessness or confusion or worry or frustration, it's just knowing where to go, where to ask for help. So if it's that there's a particular person I need some assistance from, I know exactly who I need to go for what. There's certain people in my life who I go to for certain help. There's also certain things that I do, like, yoga mat is a place that definitely assists me when need be. Like we're all joining in this yoga session today, again, coming to a space where there's going to be some help. So that's always a good thing to note and be reminded of. So just after 5, which means we will get ourselves going into our practice. Again, focusing a lot on grounding, coming in, grounding, and when we do that, we're really able to harness that focus. So let's see how it goes. For our centering practice today, for something a little different, we're actually going to be working with Brahmari, the bee breath, which a lot of you know, and usually we do the tapping on the thymus gland by the heart center. What I want us to do today is another practice And sorry, the Sanskrit word has eluded me for now. But we're going to be blocking out the senses, because often when we're going so much out, our senses are all very active, and we're actually going to draw and close the senses off. So what you're going to do is you're going to use your thumbs, and you're going to use them. There's like that, just the screen is opposite to me. So you're going to this little flappy part of the ear. You're just gently going to be pressing that closed, not right now, otherwise you can't hear me. But when we do the practice, you're going to press that flappy part closed to block off the sense of sound. You're going to use the top finger, what's that, your index finger, and you're going to let that rest on the top of your eyes and just gently press into that area along the nose. There's just like a little like bumpy kind of ball thing there. You'll notice it, you'll feel it. And you're going to just gently press into it, and you're going to have very, very light pressure on your eye. You're going to have your middle finger that's going to block off the sense of smell. So you'll find the bony part of your nose, and you're just gently going to use the middle fingers to block off the sense of smell. Your ring finger is going to be blocking the top lip, and your little finger, the bottom lip. So it's going to look a little something like that. What we're going to do is we're going to take a deep breath in, and then we're going to block the senses. And as we exhale, we're going to be doing the sound of the bee, that humming sound. So what you'll notice is that you'll have this like vibration in your head. It's a lovely, lovely feeling actually. And you can go, it's really nice to do it just before meditation. So we're going to use the practice now just to center and to ground. And we'll be doing the practice again before we go into our yoga nidra. All right, so we're going to do just 3 rounds. You're going to allow the exhalation to be really long, really slow. Again, the inhalation, you can release your arms and your hands, and then as you exhale, you're going to be doing it again. Because we are blocking off our ears, you're probably not going to be able to hear me or whatever's happening. So you're just doing 3 slowly, slowly, slowly in your own time. And when you're done, you're going to take a moment to just sit still, wait for all of us to complete, feel the breath moving in and out, and just notice the sensation in your head or within your whole body. All right. So when you're ready, you can lift the elbows up and out. You can place your fingers in their ready position. We're going to be breathing in and out through the nose. So the nose, you're not blocking off completely. There's just gentle pressure. Everything is just gentle, gentle pressure. It's not a hard, forceful mudra. We take a smooth breath in, and then you're going to be doing 3 rounds in your own time. Again, no rush to complete, but once you've done 3 rounds, you can release the hands to the lap. And just notice how you feel. Observing the breath as it flows in. Observing the breath as it flows out. And seeing if that practice has really brought you back in again. All that busy energy, bringing the focus back inward. And from that lovely still space, we'll work into a few neck releases. So on your exhalation, you can draw your chin to your chest, releasing the chin down. You can keep the eyes closed. You all know this movement. And as you inhale, bring your head back to neutral. And do that twice more, exhaling, tilting the head down. Inhaling back up. Last time, this time when your head is down, let it stay down. Relax into your jaw, relax into your shoulders. And then on the next inhalation, draw your chin along the left collarbone to the left. If you want to raise the chin or the head a little, you can do so. And then exhaling all the way back along the collarbone to the center. Inhaling along the right collarbone to the right. Exhaling back along that collarbone to the center. You continue, you're moving the head slowly and gently, moving in your own time. You're noticing how your breath is able to assist the movement, how it's able to guide the movement. Again, it's not like you need to rely on mental activity or thinking. You can allow the breath to support you in this. I'm going once more over to the right side, or to the last side. Once you've completed, you can come back to the center, inhaling, bringing your head back up to neutral, taking your shoulders right up to your ears, tilting your head back, and allow your head to rock a little from side to side. And then bringing your head back to the center, and you can move into shoulder circles or rotations. If you want to start opening up your eyes again, you can do that. You may just want to look out of a window or at a beautiful picture if you're inside somewhere. Maybe not looking at the screen just yet, just kind of allowing your eyes to readjust from having had them closed to open. You can circle your shoulders the other way once they're used to the light again. And if you need to, you can bring your attention back to the screen now. Great. All right, I'm just going to stay here a little closer while I'm sitting comfortably on my block. We're going to inhale and we're going to swoop the arms out. So it's as if we're gathering the energy that's out and around us. And then as we exhale, we're going to bring it down and in. We're going a little further and deeper into our shoulders. So as we inhale, we're taking the arms up and out. Exhaling, bring that energy back within. Let's do that twice more. Last time. Lovely, keeping the palms of your hands together here. Pressing the palms into each other. And as you press the palms into each other, you're going to slowly start lowering them until the palms start to meet, so that you're getting a bit of a stretch from the wrists through to the elbows. You might notice that the fingertips go further down below the breastbone or down towards the navel. You might feel that you need to keep them quite high up. Again, there's no incorrect way, but you're breathing while you're here. And then from there, releasing into those wrists, warming them up, rotating or circling them the other way. Let's go and lie on our backs. We need to warm up our legs and our spine lying on our backs. And with a couple of candle stretches in a moment. And then from there, we'll move into a couple of twists before we move on. All right, so from where you're lying, making sure that you are comfortable here. We'll bring the knees to the chest, hands onto the knees, few rounds of the Apanasana, your energy-free posture. As you inhale, you can move your knees away from you, creating space in the abdomen. As you exhale, drawing the knees in towards you. So again, really using that slow, long exhalations to create that feeling of release. So the back is fully supported by the ground. You can really allow yourself to relax down into the earth, feeling fully supported. And that's the beautiful thing with the ground, the earth element, is that it is always there to support us. All we need to do is lie down and let it do its thing. Such an easy concept, which we so often forget. All right, when you're ready, release the legs. We're going to start off by extending both legs out into the mat. Inhaling, taking your right arm behind you. We're going to work diagonally through the body. So we're going to be working right arm, left leg. If your lower back is feeling uncomfortable, you can always keep your right knee bent so that you've got support there. So I'm going to keep my right knee bent today because I need a little bit of support. You can choose if you want to have it straight or bent. Inhale through the full length of your body from right fingertips to left toes. As you exhale, you're going to lift your left leg and you're going to lower your right arm all the way down alongside the body. Inhale, you can point your left toes, lower your leg, and take your right arm behind you again. Here we go. And you're going to do that a few more times. And we'll do 6 rounds in total, thereabouts. You can use your exhalation to engage the lower abdominals, help lift the leg and lower the arm. And as you inhale, it's a controlled movement to open, to lengthen, to spread. 3 more rounds. So there is a lovely engagement of the core. Focus in that area. It's as if on the inhalation, you breathing into the peripheries of your being, and as you exhale, you're bringing it all into that center point. So as you inhale, you're expanding into the vastness. As you exhale, bringing that energy back to that abdominal area. Let's do 1 more round. This time when the leg is up and the arm is down, stay in that position. And start to circle your left leg, your left foot working into that ankle joint. Circle the other way. And then point and flex a few times. Give that leg a little tremor. And release. Make sure both sides of your body are even, so both arms are down, both legs are either straight into the mat or both knees are bent. And take a moment to observe how the right side feels compared to the left. It's always good to have and check in with that comparison. And then you can extend your right leg out into the mat and you can take your left arm behind you. If you worked with 2 straight legs, then you can stretch your left leg out as well. Take a nice smooth breath in here, and as you exhale, you're flexing your right foot, you're bringing your right leg up and your left arm down. Back of the neck is long. And then point your toes and inhale as you lower your leg and take the arm behind you again. The exhalation, I don't quite want to use the word contracts, but it draws everything in. And the inhalation, kind of picking up from the outside. So we're making that exhalation slow, deep, and long. But there really is a focus on the lower abdomen. You can even feel that you gently want to be pressing the small of the back down in the direction of the mat. Soft jaw, soft face. This time when that leg is up, let it stay there. Work into the ankle joint. You may want to circle that foot a few times in one direction, then in the other direction. Point and flex. Give it a little tremor. And release. Super. Take a moment here to observe how the body feels, right side to the left. Take it into a few pelvic tilts, small little pelvic tilts, so that you can exhale and you can feel the small of the back pressing down into the mat. And as you inhale, you're releasing that sensation, noticing the little arch. Exhale, you're flattening into the lower back. Inhaling, you're creating that arch. There we go. You can do one or two more there. If you've got a soft pillow under your head like I've got, you're going to take it away for a moment. You need to let the arms come out to shoulder level. Maybe take the feet a little wider than hip width apart. Stopping that movement, and then on an exhalation, the knees can move over to the right. You can turn your head to the left if it feels comfortable for the neck. Inhaling, head and knees back to the center. Exhale, twisting to the other side, knees to the left, and your head can turn to the right. And again, you're continuing in your own time, working dynamically with the twist. So we're doing a nice, easy, supported twist this evening where the feet are on the ground, the hands are on the ground, the shoulders are on the ground. There's not much that doesn't have support in this twist. As you move over, the hip is supported. So you're not keeping the feet off the mat or the legs off the mat for the twist. Really wanting to get that sensation of being fully grounded. And the next time the knees are to the right, let them stay there and really allow yourself to relax into it here. We're not going to take it any deeper. We're not going to make it any stronger. So often there's a sense of, we've got so much to do, so much to achieve, and that can make us restless. Whereas when we can be content and happy with where we are, when there is nothing else that is going to occupy our mind, we can relax into the moment, just be completely present, and that brings a sensation, a feeling of joy and happiness. On an inhalation, bring yourself back to the center. And on the exhalation, take your knees over to the other side. Notice the breath again, let that be your guide. If it feels comfortable, you can turn your head to the right. If you want to just settle and rest into that position, go ahead. Maybe the breath feels like it wants to spread across the shoulder blades and down into the arms. Maybe the breath feels like it wants to spiral down your spine or move down through the buttocks or into the legs. You feel that you need to restrict the breath or the pose in any way. And then with an inhalation, bringing yourself back to the center. Walk the feet together. Bring the arms in. Lift the heels. Engage the abdominals. Lift both feet off the mat at the same time. And give those knees a lovely squeeze. You might just want to rock a little from side to side. And then when you're ready, you can either roll into your right side coming up slowly, or you can swing yourself up. The lovely thing with doing our yoga practices in the evening is that we can really slow down the movements, we can slow down the postures, and and we can focus on lengthening that exhalation. When we do our yoga in the mornings, it's when we want it to be a little bit more active, when we want to be doing salute to the suns and a lot more dynamic movement. In the evenings, because we're getting ready for bed, we want to quieten things down, slow things down. Right, so we need to come onto all fours. And if you need a little support for your knees, you can place it there. We're going to press down through the shins for Chakravartasana, our cat stretch, hands underneath the shoulders, shoulder width apart, fingers nice and widely spread. Remember that your inhalation allows you to feel a sense of opening through the front of the body, and as you exhale and you're rounding, you're tucking under your chin, you're drawing in the navel. Inhale as you release the abdomen, lengthen through the buttocks, lift the chest, lift the gaze, and exhaling, rounding the spine. Again, inhale. Feel that you can take the breath to the crown of the head and the tip of your tailbone. And as you exhale, it's as if you're bringing the tip of your tailbone and the crown of your head towards each other, in, containing. So as you inhale, you're playing. It's kind of like that pulsation, a feeling of opening and closing, up and down. The inhalation allows you to lengthen, to open. The exhalation allows you to contain and close. And just hang out in that exhalation, that contained position for a moment before you go and breathe in again. So really explore the pause after your exhalation, where you're holding the posture for a moment or so. Just notice what happens in that stillness. The cat stretch is a really lovely posture to practice that little exercise. And you can play with it for as long as your breath retention is comfortable for you. Again, if you've got high blood pressure or any heart conditions, you really don't want to do a very long breath retention. You just maybe pause for a moment or two. But if you don't have any heart conditions or high blood pressure or anything like that, then you can really hang out in that pause after the exhalation for as long as you want until the need to inhale arises again. We're going to do just one last round. And then coming back to a neutral position. Well done, nice little practice there. So again, it's a simple cat stretch practice, but we can really adapt it in that practice, the cat stretch, you can, or all yoga postures, we can adapt in so many different ways. We're going to take it into a balance. We're going to extend that left leg back. You can point your toes if you want. You can flex your foot if you prefer, or you can do what I quite enjoy doing, is halfway between, halfway pointing, halfway flexing. The lower abdominals are engaged, pressing down through your left hand. And then you're going to release and slide the right arm up alongside your ear. 3 slow, steady breaths in your cat balance. You're pressing down through the right shin. And as much as you're pushing down through the shin and you're pushing down through the left hand, you're getting a lovely lift. So again, it's that pulsation feeling of pressing down to lift up. Releasing the right hand and the left leg. Press down through the left shin, ground through the right hand, extend your right leg out. Work into a position for that leg or that foot that feels comfortable for you this evening. And then you can bring the opposite arm, your left arm up. Smooth, steady breaths here. Inhaling from fingertip to toe tip. Exhaling, bringing the energy to the navel. Inhaling from the navel to the finger and the toes. Exhaling, feeling that you're really able to contain and bring that energy within again. after your 3 breaths, you can release. If it feels comfortable to sit back onto your knees, you can do that to release your wrists. If you need to sit on your buttocks, just move onto your buttocks. Circling them the other way and flicking your hands a few times. Shaking the hands out. Great. Nice. So from here, we're going to come up standing and we're going to do a few standing practices. The reason why I wanted to do a few standing practices, postures this evening is that, again, the ground is always so nice and the earth is so nice and grounding for us. So it really does help to give us a chance to draw the energy from the out, and we're going to bring it in. Right, you've got me on the screen. Let's start with the feet either together or hip width apart. Start off by rocking back and forth. Maybe a little from side to side. Okay. And then from here, finding that nice neutral position. There we go. Feeling grounded, so spread your toes, lift them up. Little toes down, big toes down, other 4 toes down. So that you can draw the thigh bones up. Feel their stability. Adapt, adjust if you need to. I mean that you need to adjust the angle of your heels a little. On the inhalation, we're going to be drawing the arms all the way out to the sides and up. And as we draw the arms out to the sides and up, we're going to take it into a little bit of a back bend. We're not leaning back, but we're actually just lifting the chest more than we normally would. And then as we exhale, we're going to take ourselves into a nice forward bend, Uttanasana, all the way forwards. And then from there, we're going to bend the buttocks as much as we can, using our squat to come out. We can keep the arms in front, bringing the arms up. And then we're going to draw the energy together in and down. We need to do a few more of those. Let's see how it goes. Inhaling as you take the arms out to the sides and up. Doing that back bend or just lifting the sternum. Exhaling, taking yourself into a forward bend. Bend the knees as much as you need to so that you can get your hands in contact with the ground. My knees are really, really bent so that I'm able to get my hands flat on the ground and feel the contact of the earth. Then we bend the knees even more. We lift the chest. You can just bring the arms forward and then push into the legs to come all the way up. And as you exhale, palms of your hands together and hands to your heart. Inhaling, lift the sternum. Spread the arms, open the chest. I'm not sure if you can hear the monkeys, but they're going crazy on the roof. Exhaling as you go forwards and down. Hands on contact with the earth, bending the knees, lift the sternum. Inhaling as you come up with a straight back. Exhale, hands to the heart center. We're going to do 2 more rounds, breathing in. Lift that sternum. Exhaling, forwards and down, using the hands to kiss the earth, to touch the earth. Use a nice strong squat to come forwards and up. Exhaling, hands together and down. Lovely. Once more. And then keeping your hands at your heart center after your exhalation. And take 3 slow breaths here. 3 deep. did 6 rounds of that dynamic movement. Counter pose we generally hold for half the amount of time. The counter pose is always easier than the actual pose. If it was something dynamic, we try to do a counter pose that is static, and if the pose is static, we try to maybe be and do something that's a bit more dynamic. After those 3 breaths, bring the hands into your hips. We're going to do half a forward bend. So as you exhale, you're going to come forwards. You're going to bring your spine parallel to the ground. It's always good to see yourself on the screen, kind of, or a mirror, see what you're doing. If you do need to bend the knee so that you can get more length through the spine, go ahead and do so. The inhalation is going to bring you straight up again. We do 5 more rounds. Exhaling, you're just coming halfway down. Inhaling, bringing yourself back up. And that's all. Slow, simple. Feeling that you're able to really ground down through the feet. So as you come forwards and down, are you taking the weight into the balls of your feet, or are you able to keep it even between the heels and the balls of the feet? So can you be sending some weight backwards? Or if you tend to hang out on your heels, can you bring a bit of the weight forwards? So just noticing, where do you naturally predominantly move your weight? Are your insteps collapsing as you do this movement, or are you able to really activate into the 3 points of your feet, the joint of the big toe, the joints of the little toe, and the center of your heel? Let's do 1 more round. So inhaling, coming back up. Release the arms. If you need to stand still for a moment, do so. If you need to just shake out those little legs, go ahead. You just take it into a standing balance here this evening, moving into the holy fig tree, which means we're going to ground down through the right foot. Our left foot we need to take back. If you need to, you can keep the toes onto the mat. If you feel good and strong, you can lift the toes off the mat. The right leg is grounded. The right arm can then come up alongside your ear. And you're going to draw your left arm out to the side. So you're really feeling that you're tapping into the different areas. So you're reaching up to the sky with your fingertips, out to the side with the left hand, back with that left foot, and you're grounding the energy down through that right leg. So feel as if you, when you're inhaling, you're taking the focus to the periphery, fingers and toes. And as you exhale, you're drawing all that energy in and down into that right leg. The energy that is up and out, we're drawing that in and we're grounding down through that right leg. One more deep breath here. And then you can release arm and leg. Lovely. It is really such a lovely practice to do, to bring that focus in. We'll do the same thing on the other side and give it a little bit of a practice, grounding through the left leg. Taking that right leg back. Your left arm can come up now, reaching into the left fingertips, and the right arms can come out to the side. You can lift your toes. So the energy that is up and out of the body, you're now drawing that energy in. And as you exhale, you're drawing it down into that left leg, grounding. Feeling the stability. Feeling that connection to the earth. All that spent energy, all that activity, the mind activity that's been going out, that's been frenetic, that's been in that Vata phase stage, we're honing that in and we're using that kappa energy to really ground. So especially as we move from like 5 till 6 o'clock, moving into the evening phase, the kappa stage of the night. Allowing that energy to really ground and support us, releasing the arms and the leg. Stand for a moment and notice how you feel. If you need to sway a little, do so. If you feel that you need to be a nice, strong, grounded triangle, do that. Fantastic. All right. So our main posture for this evening, we are going to be working with Virabhadrasana number 3. Now, I know it's generally seen as quite a challenging posture, but we don't need to make it challenging. If you've got a wall or a door to support you, you can use that. If you've got a windowsill, if you've got a couch or a bed, anything like that will do. If you're quite comfortable with your warrior 3 and you don't need support, then you just do it straight on your mat. So you can move to wherever it is that you need to move to. And then when you are ready, you're going to lift and lengthen the spine. And as you exhale, you're going to tilt forward. You're coming into that half of forward bend. You can ground down through your right leg, and you can allow your left leg to extend back and up. And as you work into your warrior number 3, you can stay here. If you feel that you are ready to go a little bit further, you can send the arms up to the side, or you can even reach them forward, and you can reach for that wall or the windowsill, or I'm just trying to think, couch or bed, whatever you can reach. And you're going to be grounding down through the right leg, extending back through the left, and just lengthening. So again, as you hold your posture, you're going to be breathing in, and as you exhale, you're taking the energy from the hand and the lifted leg, and you're going to be drawing it into the center point and down your right leg that is grounding. And we're going to try and do one last one here. And then you can release that left leg back down. Inhaling, bringing the arms up if they were out. And releasing. All right. Let's give the other side a go. We are going to ground down through that left leg. Inhale as you lift the sternum. Exhale as you come into your half of forward bend. Feeling the weight on that left leg, your right leg extends back. If you feel comfortable, you can lift that leg. The arms can move out to the side. If you want to bring them out in front, you can do so. And focus on your breath. Focus on the movement of the energy. Exhaling down through that leg that is supporting. Inhaling, gathering the energy from the periphery. After your next exhalation, you can release the legs down. Inhaling, bringing yourself back up safely. Exhaling, releasing. Super. And giving your shoulders a little bit of air release. And the other way. Good. Right, so from here we're going to come down into a seated position. Come down in a safe way, a safe manner. We're going to just have the legs out in front of us. That's not going to help anyone, hey? All right. If you want to sit on a hard block or support, you can do so. And you can either stay in Dandasana, your staff pose, and just be upright and hold it here. Or if you feel you want to fold forwards into your forward bend, you can do that. If you need your knees bent, go ahead. 4 breaths here. just getting comfortable with being back down on the mat. A little bit of a counter pose, so working symmetrically after having done something asymmetrical. Just making sure that this is easier than what we did before. And after your 4 breaths, you're going to come back. You may want to lean back for a moment. Super. From there, bring the soles of the feet together. What I'd like us to do is, even though we're nicely grounded, feel that we can take the focus to our knees. Sitting bones are rooted. Your hands are wherever they need to be. Maybe they're comfortable on your legs, maybe on your shins, maybe your ankle. Maybe you're quite happy to wrap them around your toes. So again, like I was saying, the attention goes to the knees. It's kind of the part of the body that is open, that is away from the center line. So with the attention at the knees, breathe into the kneecaps. And as you exhale, it's as if you're breathing along your inner thighs and your calves to your feet and towards kind of like the pubic bone area, your Svadhisthana chakra. So as you inhale, the attention moves to the knees, and as you exhale, a V to the feet and the sacral center. So you're just breathing in and out through those lines, those imaginary lines. And you'll notice there's a feeling of, again, that pulsation, that expansion on the inhalation, and a drawing in and contraction on the exhalation. So you can connect with that sensation. It's really easy, fun posture to be in to experience that. On your next exhalation, you can now close the knees. Give them a good squeeze. And then from here, we're going to be sitting comfortably. This time, before we go into our relaxation, we're going to be doing that Brahmari breath. We're going to do 6 rounds of it. I realize that it's actually quite disturbing, not disturbing is the wrong word. It's kind of like disruptive is the word I'm looking to lower and lift the hands. It is actually what we're meant to do. But what might be more comfortable is just to kind of soften the pressure on the inhalation, so you can inhale, and that you can then really focus on the exhalation and closing off the senses. All right, so thumbs, ears, index fingers, eyes, middle fingers, nose, ring fingers, top lip, little finger, lower lip, and that's pretty much where we are. We do 6 rounds, so you do it in your own time. When you're ready, inhale deeply, exhale completely. Again, after your 6 rounds, you just release the mudra and you stay still for a moment. Absolutely no rush to complete. Noticing how you feel, noticing your sensations. What you may observe is that there is a stillness, a quiet, even though there's kind of like a buzzing in the head, or even throughout the body, it's like a still buzz. It's not that frenetic restlessness. When you are ready, you can bring the palms of your hands together. You can get them really nice and warm. And you can cup them over your eyes. You can take a deep breath in and slowly out. You can blink the eyes a few times. And then from there, you can make yourself comfortable for relaxation. So if you want to slip a soft pillow under your head, you can do that. If you want to grab a jersey or a blanket, it might be chilly where you are, you could do that. You may want to turn your lights down a little or off completely. Whatever it is you're needing, and then you come and lie on your back in whichever position is comfortable. Right, so as you lie on your back and you get yourself into your most comfortable Yoga Nidra posture, you can allow your head to loll a little from side to side. And then you can bring your head back to the center. You can make tight fists of your hands, reach your hands down towards your feet and breathe in deeply. And as you exhale, relax and release. Flex the feet, tighten the thighs, tighten the buttocks, squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. And with your exhalation, relax and release. Inhale deeply. And sigh the air out. And again, take a nice, smooth, full breath in. And sigh it out. Last time, breathing deeply, breathing fully, allow your whole body to expand. And then allow your whole body to relax as you exhale. As the body and the breath relax and breath returns to a comfortable rhythm. Notice how your physical body releases and relaxes a little more with each breath. Notice that the feet and the legs soften. You notice that the buttocks, the hips and the pelvis release. Notice that the spine, the back, the abdomen, the chest begin to surrender down into the earth. Notice how the shoulders, the arms, the elbows, the wrists, the hands and the fingers release the last little bit of tension and let go. And then you notice how your head feels weighted as it releases into the earth, allowing the ground to support you fully. All the busyness, all the mental activity and chatter that happens in the head, feel that all that busyness is released. As you inhale, allow your attention to move from your center point, wherever that may be for you today. It may be the navel, it may be a little higher or a little lower. From that point, allow your attention to move down to your feet, to your hands, and up to your head. And as you exhale, draw your attention back to that center point. So you're inhaling into the periphery of your being, the edges of your being. And as you exhale, you're exhaling to a center point in your being. And allow that exhalation to be slow. Allow the direction to be very specific, very directional to that one point. There's focus and clarity. As you inhale, you're moving out to the periphery. As you exhale, there's direction and clarity to that center point. And you're playing between that beautiful pulsation of expansion and really bringing in and that contraction on the exhalation. Honing in on that, focusing in on that. On your next exhalation, allow your awareness to settle at that center point. It might be the navel, it may be a little higher, a little lower. And as you inhale, focus on that point, and as you exhale, take your awareness from that point right down to Muladhara chakra, your base center at the tip of the tailbone. As you inhale, your awareness moves back up to that point. And as you exhale, you draw your awareness down. So we're now moving the energy down to ground, to support. Three more breaths, just like that. And after that last breath, release your awareness of the practice. Notice how you feel. Pay attention to your heart center now. Begin to breathe a little more deeply. Allow your thumbs to move along your fingertips, waking up your hands, and wiggle your toes, waking up your feet. When you're ready, stretch your arms out behind you and yawn if you want to. You can stretch diagonally through your body, right arm and left leg, left arm and right leg, arms on where legs the other. Take a nice deep breath in and then let it go. You can bring your knees to your chest, give them a good squeeze. If you need to rock from side to side, go ahead and do so. Eventually you'll roll onto your right side, staying there for a moment. When you're ready, you can exhale fully and completely, placing the left hand in front of your chest. Push into that hand. You can keep the eyes closed as you come all the way up into a seated position. And as you come into that seated position, take a moment to think of 3 things that you're grateful for, no matter how big or how small. And after you've acknowledged those 3 things, you can bring the palms of your hands to your heart center. You can bow your head for a moment, acknowledging the amazing, super wonderful human being that you are. And when you're ready, you can open your eyes. And namaste. The divine in me honors the divine in you. Have a wonderful, wonderful evening, everyone. So lovely that you could join us.